My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Cobalt Core. Alrighty then. What are we going to be doing this one? Obviously I'm going to be keeping books for a fair while. I've got to start working on either the memories of Perry, Drake, or Max. If I kept Perry in the squad, I probably don't want to run Perry and Drake alongside one another, both of them being largely attack-based. So I feel like I could drop Riggs for Max. Utility. Each of these have the ability to generate defense or movement in different fashions. Well, movement less so, actually. But of course, I'm always going to have a little bit of difficulty with movement if I don't have Riggs. I think that'd be some play, actually, in taking Dizzy. Shielding and shielding manipulation. Although it's worth noting, I've got to rotate the ship, which means I'm going all the way back to the Artemis. It does have a reasonable amount of starting shield max. Alright, I'm comfortable with this. Let's go. We'll be losing to max hull here. And upgrading 2 random cards to type A would be grand. Block shot becomes a... Oh, I thought block shot B was its A version. I thought it was going to give 2 more temp shield. Instead, it does 1 more damage and gives a permanent shield, which is legitimately valuable. I want A for all of the basics, but then I think I want A only for multi-shot, and then for the rest of the upgraded cards I want B, but that's like 6 cards that I want A upgrade on, and actually maybe 7 cards that I want A upgrade on, and 4 cards that I want B. I'll take the double A. Okay. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with a 0-cost basic shot and a shield surge A. Hey kid.
Hi, what's up, Miss Perry?
Why aren't you cryo-sick like the rest of us?
I drink 8 glasses of hydration potion a day.
I see.
The only ingredient is water.
If anyone ever hurts you, I will destroy them with my own hands.
Cool.
I feel much the same. Alright, let's throw some damage at this enemy. I'm going to gain some max shield and also use a block shot. They can deal 2 damage to me if they should like, but I will still have full shielding by the end of this turn. Drop a multi-shot in there, unpolished crystal, and I'm gonna take the basic dodge as well, so that I have a little bit of aid, just if the enemy lines up with my brittle cockpit at all. It'll be very important. Crystal shard, take a shot at the enemy, still have spent 0 energy this turn. Could do 2 damage for a shard with Mage Hand there, and I will do. And I'll even lunge over to make sure I'm still lined up with the enemy, even if they follow with a move. They don't, though. Hit him with the basic dart. Actually, no, shield surge A, then a basic shot, and I'm burning out the corrupted core. I don't think I'm going to need more than 2 evade over the course of this fight with the amount of shielding I have access to. Hell yeah. Burn him down with the rest of that turn. We see a copy of Magi Battery, Bloodstone Bolts, one of the heroes of the last run, and then Deflection. So I definitely don't need Deflection. Additional shield and temp shielding in this deck for 2 cost just really doesn't make sense to me at this point. Magi Battery, it doesn't feel like Magi Battery is ever really that bad. If you don't play it, it still retains in your hand, and I'm liable to get more shard generation in this deck, which makes it even better. And then there's Bloodstone Bolt. I'll be honest, the only reason I don't immediately want to take Bloodstone Bolt is because both of the runs I've had with books so far, Bloodstone Bolt has been really reasonably prevalent. I'm taking Magi Battery. It's like a 51-49. I'm happy to make that. Okay, let's get the unpolished crystal to put 2 crystal shards into the draw pile if I want to start that. Or I could upgrade multi-shot for an additional instance of damage. I do like that. But with Magi Battery, unpolished crystal needs to be polished as soon as possible. I think.
Salutations. Are y'all looking for smuggling work?
Wow, that's direct.
I just need someone to hold on to this stolen artifact for a jiffy.
25% chance, be offered a random artifact, or 75% chance, something bad will happen. I've never seen this event before, so I'm leaning in. Oh, sick. Darker Drum. Every 5 berry cards played, get a chip shot.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, I'll be on my way now.
Okay.
Oh dear. I'm never gonna go easy on you guys. I didn't expect you to, Drake. I wouldn't respect you if you did. Heck, I won't respect you anyway. But it's important to know that I wouldn't if you did anyway either. Start moving back in your direction for later turns. And I'll still fire the parry weapons in hand so that I can increment the Darker Drum. Crystal Shard. Annoyingly, I probably take all of the damage this turn. Because if I use basic dodge to move, the only thing I'm doing is increasing the damage I take by 1 and decreasing the amount of heat I take by 1. I'm going to use Mage Hand for some additional damage this turn, and then just kind of lump it while I take 2 heat here. Basic shot, Crystal Shard. Oh, that lunge doesn't actually get me far enough away to be able to prevent the incoming hull damage. That's okay. Alright, well, we're gonna take 1 hull damage to this fight so far, at least. Use another lunge and I can avoid the incoming damage here at least. 2, so I will. Setting up a chip shot, and I will expend that chip shot to get closer to the next chip shot. Alright, you come over here. Great. First part of the strategy has worked. They came over here. Block shot, basic shot. And sure, I'll use the Magi Battery for the ability to get a dodge as well as an armor. Crystal Shard charges the Mage Hand for 2 damage to the enemy. A basic shot, and a block shot. Take him out. 1 hull lost. Medusa Field. Instantly turn all of the objects in the mid-row into geodes. Yep. Oh no, but it's up against extra battery as well. Just gain 2 extra energy. I actually need a lot more draw in my deck before the extra battery starts becoming useful. I'm gonna be giving Magi Battery the upgrade to be able to draw for us. I'll take that Medusa Field, certainly. Ricochet Paddle. When you shoot an incoming missile, turn it around instead of destroying it or sharp edges. Every time your discard pile is shuffled back into your draw pile, the enemy loses a hull. I'm going to take sharp edges of those 2. Incoming damage this turn is 4. And unfortunately, there's not that much I can do about that. I'm just going to have to take 2 damage to my hull. I don't have enough movement or enough blocking that turn to do anything else. Crystal Shard, Crystal Shard. I'm going to gain some dodge so that I don't have to run into that same problem again on a later turn. And instead of gaining a damage on the enemy, I should probably gain shielding here, noting how close I am to death. Ooh, Shield Surge A and Block Shot give me the ability to comfortably strike this enemy with a Mage Hand, gaining a bunch of resources and losing none. Only temporary shielding lost so far. Crystal Shard into Basic Shot, and I don't benefit from either of my shields, so I can actually burn out 2 of the trash, keeping me on a really good pace for this enemy. Like, in this holding pattern, we win. Pop a block shot out there. Unfortunately for the Magi Battery, I don't need to play the Medusa Field this turn. I'll move over one space so that I only take one shield damage. Oh, baby. And then just absolutely fill the enemy with lead. 3 health left on X.07. Sorry, did I say 3? Shard Pack. Hello. Gain 1 shield and put 2 crystal shards into your deck. You could also upgrade it to gain 2 shield and put 2 crystal shards into your hand. Significantly better, rather than the 3 into the discard pile. Adaptive Plating. Gain +1 max hull and heal 1 every time you defeat a boss or elite. This is early enough that this is transformative to one's run. And shield reserves. Permanently gain +2 max shield on pickup. As much as I would like shield reserves, Adaptive Plating is so good this early. It's gonna give me all of its effect minus the 1 elite that I haven't had it for. Okay. Shield block A, 2 surges in the draw pile, and then I'm gonna gain another block preemptively as well, given how little hull I have. I think playing safely is very much worthwhile. Hit him with a block shot. Incoming damage is 3. I'm going to use a Medusa Field as well as a Corrupted Core. Gain 1 shield, put 2 crystal shards into the deck. And then I'll use a crystal shard. I didn't draw a crystal shard, but I guess I'm going to be okay with that here. As I did draw Mage Hand. Giving me some good damage on the enemy, as well as a little bit of block. Crystal Shard, for a bunch of the hand, hell yeah. And then I'm gonna gain an energy and then play another Crystal Shard to, wow, have a full turn's worth of value. Multi-shot lined up with the enemy's weak points, same with Mage Hand and Basic Shot. The enemy has 5 HP left, and I'll drop 2 more block on this turn, taking only 2 damage. Lunging back to the brittle spot, I'm just gonna pound on that until the enemy is dead. +1 max hull, hell yeah. There's the Swizzle Shift. Move to the left 2 immediately, and if you have any shard, gain 2 shard. Really quick way to gain a bunch of shard back. Mineral Deposit would be a really good way to Medusa Field turns everything into geodes. I mean, Mineral Deposit's really good, as we saw in the last run. It's a very, very powerful defensive tool. But I already have Dizzy, and I've got Shield Surge A already upgraded. I've got a Medusa Field in this deck. I've got a Shard Pack. So much of what I've added to this deck has been defensive. So Meteor would be a tiny version, effectively, of what the Mineral Deposit can otherwise achieve. I don't think I want any of these. I think I need damage more than anything else. If I was going to take anything, it'd be the Mineral Deposit. Fracture Detection. Random part is made brittle at the start of the fight, and Shield Reserves. I'm taking it this time, +2 max shield, thank you. With Solar Wind, the enemy's drones are going to be moving off the map pretty quickly here. In fact, I can even use the Medusa Field to immediately transform all of them, and I will do. They're all geodes now. And I'll burn the Corrupted Core out of the deck. I don't need to start popping these geodes. I'm going to move one to the left and then fire a basic shot, then lunge across to take out a geode. Another one of the geodes is going to pop when the missile bay strikes it. Let's gain a little bit more dodge. So I'm already up on my full. Use a basic shot to take that out before I follow up with a Mage Hand, and then Crystal Shard to gain more resources again. I don't need to use the Magi Battery just yet. Obviously, as I had nothing I would be able to play with it. I'm likely to get something that I can play with this turn, so I'll actually play it preemptively here, and then follow up with the draw. Medusa Field transforms the enemy's drone into a much better unit for me. If I move one to the left and then start firing block shot, lunge, and shield surge, I should be able to set myself up quite easily for the kill. There's the extra battery and a stun shot. Maybe a stun shot's worth something to me. I'm gonna need damage. That said, shard pack, putting the shards in hand as well as giving an additional shield is huge. And I might not need the additional damage in this fight in particular. I think I can get through this fight with just gumption and wherewithal. Shard pack A immediately starts giving me the crystal shards, what I need. And realistically, instead of Mage Hand here, I should probably play Unpolished Crystal B, get my full crystal shards into the deck first. I definitely don't want to take all of this damage, so I'm going to move one space over, lunge, and then stun shot. No incoming damage to me this turn, thank you. Pop a Magi battery so that I can fire everything. Incoming damage this turn is 3. I can deal with 3. Very easily, in fact. Give him a Mage Hand, a block shot, and a multi-shot to think about. 3 incoming damage, I'm only losing 2 permanent shielding. 1 incoming damage this turn, and I can stop that with a stun shot. Ooh, boy. And in fact, I will. Just laying into the enemy. 3 incoming to me this turn. Again, not a problem. I'll use Magic Battery first. Expending all of our shards that turn. Grand. Hit him with a couple crystal shards here. Crystal shards cycles the deck, giving some damage to the enemy from sharp edges. I'll play the Mage Hand before I play the next crystal shard, leaving myself on full shard power. And I'll lay in with more damage rather than gain an additional final block there. 2 incoming damage this turn. It'd be a lot cooler if you didn't. I'm gonna stun shot and then lunge. No damage. Multi into chip shot into basic and block. That'll take out the crystalline entity. And give us another max HP. In fact, another 2 max HP. Oh boy. Payback is probably a lot better right now. I intend to take hits to my ship a lot more of the time. There's also Corrosion Beam, corrode the enemy no matter where you are, and they'll start losing hull turn over turn over turn. But no, I want to play with Payback. Simplicity. On pickup, remove 3 cards. There's also Shield Burst. Every time you gain any shield, gain 1 temp shield. I can tell you what I think I'm going for. And then finally, Dirty Engines. Gain 1 extra energy every turn, add a trash to your draw pile every 2 turns. Take that Shield Burst. I'm gonna move 1 to the left and fire a stun shot, then gain the movement back with a dodge. That seems to have worked out better. Crystalline Shard, and we'll throw some more direct damage your way. And you know what? With the amount of shielding I've managed to gain, I've got 2 temporary shielding, so I will hold on to my evade. That is not a position I'm comfortable with you attacking, though. I'm going to move over 1 space and then play Payback, because that's enough to get a shielding and a temporary shielding there, which is going to have me instantly fire back at the enemy. Woohoo! Let's lunge out of the way, shield A, and then a basic block as well. With this much shielding, I can definitely rely on Payback for a lot of my damage. Mage Hand. And a block shot. They're not dealing any hull damage yet, at least. I'm gonna gain the 2 shield and 2 crystal shards immediately to hand. Pop a Magi battery before I use another. And then take the enemy out wholesale with bullets. Block evolution. Oh, wow. Oh, wow! Block evolution, give an instance of shield. Then, if you have a shard, give another instance of shield. Then, if you have a shard, give another instance of shield. You know what? I think that will be 3 instances of shard for the sake of shield burst. So we'll get 3 temporary shielding with that. Like, if you got something like this, you know, down on Block Evolution B, there is a sign that says, gain 3 shield, then obviously, you've gained, every time you gain any shield, gain 1 temp shield. So it's not every time you gain a shield, gain a temp shield also. It's any instance causes 1 temp shield. Down here we have 1 instance that gives you 3. Up here, on the base version of Block Evolution, I think we have 3 different instances that give 1. I'm all over this. Oh wow, there is a maximum elite path that goes for an upgrade, a quest, upgrade, a elite, an artifact, and then an elite later. Let's go for the repair yard. Payback, I do want to upgrade, but it's also going to be really difficult. I want to upgrade it for damage. Although I guess its damage could also be enhanced by parry giving it any instances of damage. I also want to upgrade Magi Battery to have the additional draw on it. Let's do that.
Getting a hail from a research vessel.
Oh god, what was your voice again?
Hail, are you available for a brief test of Dr. Bjorn's latest invention, the Duplitron? This may sting a bit.
Duplicate a card in your deck or duplicate a card in your deck 4 times! Lose 4 max hull. I could happily lose 4 max hull. The only thing is I have to have the right card to duplicate. Right now, I only feel like I want to duplicate a card once. Getting a second shard pack would be good. I'm doing that.
Ciao, Bella.
Let's go to the repair yard, take another upgrade. I need to see if I'm ever going to have enough energy to actually upgrade Payback into upgrade B without having to rely on a long fight so that I can get my Magi battery off at the time. Feels like I should just upgrade basic dodge to be 0 cost because I want to play it every time I draw it. Because I otherwise don't have much access to dodge in this deck. This is perfect. Shard pack A gives me 2 crystal shards to hand. I play one. I play another one. I play the basic shard. And then I play Block Evolution, and I get 3 instances of shield and temporary shielding. Oh my god. Ooh, we're gonna be tanky. Heck, maybe I wanted a second copy of that. Actually, might be the case. I'm gonna move 1 space over and use the next shard pack. Perfect. Just slowly building out my deck. Yeah, payback would be great. Incoming damage this turn is 4, and I fire back 2 at the enemy for doing so. Incoming damage this turn is 7. Can I defend against 7 easily? I would do it. Let's push some unpolished shards into the draw pile. Oh my god, I can definitely block against 7 with a Block Evolution in hand. One, 2, 3. Oh, I'm lined up with the enemies. Oh my god. The enemy was armored on that spot, so I actually did 0 damage with all of that. It was proof of concept. It was a proof. I made a mistake. See, I'd usually tell a deflecting joke there, but no. Nope. This is growth. I'm from Medusa Field. And might as well wail on the enemy with as much damage as I can, right? I'm gonna lunge over and send out a stun shot as well. No missile for you, buddy. I'm gonna deal as much damage as I can possibly. Pay back the enemy for some goodin'. Oh boy. Anti-battery B, and then immediately start playing the crystal shards enough to fulfill the possibility of another Block Evolution. Hello. I'll absolutely do that. Especially because I can turn the enemy's missiles into nothingness. And take shots against a brittle area of my body, happily. Oh my god, the armor! I forgot about the armor again! That's okay. With enough armor, I'm still firing back for enough. All's well. Take him out with a mage hand. Block shot, stun charge, and wave charge. Wave charge being add a wave beam to your hand. Wave beam is a 0 cost 2 piercing attack. It's temporary. It doesn't exhaust. The wave charge exhausts, the wave beam doesn't. So it gives you a high damage, low cost card in your deck. So if you had, for instance, a lot of cycle, like if I had any more draw rather than just replace itself effects, this would be ridiculous. And also it would contribute towards our ability to use the Darker Drum. Wave Charge A upgrades the Wave Beam for an additional damage and places it into your hand, so you can still do 3 damage, and we've played 2 parry cards, and we've increased the value of our deck. Yeah, if I'm not taking the others, I should at least take that. Oh, Shard Enchanter. The first time you lay a crystal shard each turn, gain 1 temp shield. There's also cockpit lock on. Make all enemy cockpits start with weak. I'm gonna take the shard enhancer. No one can damage me. That's not allowed. Just a wild Block Evolution right there. I should probably Medusa Field that. And then I have no damage to worry about this turn. And actually, I'm gonna Wave Beam. Unfortunately, I know the next draw has Payback as well as Oxygen Leak, which is gonna deny me the energy to play Payback. Not looking forward to that. I'll just very slowly improve my deck. Two Crystal Shards into the draw pile, sure. And I'll even fire a Mage Hand. There goes Payback again. Let's use Shard Pack A in order to gain more shards to play the Magic Battery. And then I'm thinking Medusa Field. Get another G out of that. That'll be relevant at a later point. Basic shot into a stun, wave beam, and multi-shot. The enemy is going to be losing their own missile against the Geode, and in doing so, giving me an additional shard. Yeah, block evolution's not necessary right now. It's not necessary this time either. And unfortunately, I don't have payback, so I'm not just destroying the enemy constantly here. I'm gonna have to do it one turn later. Hello? Who are you? Okay, Mining Drill. A dual card. I've never seen anything like this. So it's attack 1 and also gain a shard. Sorry, attack 0, also gain a shard. And then, this card has 2 separate sets of actions. In combat, right-click or control-click this card to switch between them. So it's like a flippable card, but flippable for its effects, rather than flippable for its direction. Easy enough. The only thing is, it's upgraded to Mining Drill B, which is do 0 damage and gain 2 shard, and I don't need that. I need shard expenditure, not gain. Barrage A, however, has been upgraded to its damage side, so it is do 1 damage, move right once, do 3 damage, move right once, do 1 damage. I'll take that. Thank you for the damage. I'm going to use Shard Pack and Block Evolution here to set myself up for one hell of a round. You know, I'm actually fine with the incoming 5 damage this round. Am I? No. Yes? No. No. Not if I can move left and then just play Wave Charge. Effectively just setting up instead that turn. Medusa Field is good, but I don't need to play it this turn. Incoming damage is 6. I can stun shot, incoming damage is 4, lock shot, and then shield surge A, incoming damage is 0. As long as I don't immediately draw payback now, this is fine. I'll play Magic Battery B. We draw into Abyssal Visions, but that's fine too. I was thinking I might lunge and not play a Wave Beam, because that would give me the Darker Drum charge. Ooh, hello. Let's fire in the Mage Hand first. Doubling to 4 damage. Crystal Shards. Ooh, Medusa Field. Hello. If I play the Medusa Fields, I actually take no damage this turn still. But I could also just do 2 more damage. But also, those meteors should be geodes. Let's gain some additional basic dodge. And you know what, I'm even going to start with a block evolution here. For less than... Oh, no! That's exactly what I didn't want. I literally could have just looked at my draw pile and recognized that that was a threat. Unfortunately, I've drawn into exactly the card I didn't want to. And then I moved into a really bad position. Oof. Those were not good turns. Hit him with the wave beam. Shield surge, basic shot, corrupted core, taking some damage to my shield here. Energy battery, and ooh, that's payback in a position where I can finally play it. Hell yes. The enemy is also lined up to shoot me, and then I shoot it back in a brittle place. Okay, if I move left once, the incoming damage will be 10? I can deal with 10. With block evolution at my back, I can deal with anything. Especially if I get another one of them. Good lord. I'm deliberately taking so many hits here just so I can fire upon the enemy. It's exactly what I wanted. Barrage and get him. Even more max hull. Another copy of Barrage, another copy of Mage Hand, and finally a copy of Multi-Blast. No, thank you. Revenge Drive. The first time you lose hull each turn, gain 1 overdrive or rock collection. 2 geodes will all be near the start of your ship at the start of combat. Well, let me tell you which of those I'm gonna take while I'm a screen ahead, because I've already decided to take the rock collection. It was really good last time we got it. Block evolution gets worse when I upgrade it significantly. Medusa Field becoming 0 cost is pretty appealing. Yeah. Because it gives me a shield, and then it also gives me a temp shield. Oh my god. Speaking of... Why? It's always payback. It's always payback in the worst possible position for payback to be in. Ah. There goes some geodes on board, though. Another shard pack. Get my basic dodge out. I'm going to lunge across in order to concuss one of the enemy's missile bays. If I move to the left 2 spaces? No, I'm still taking a lot of damage that way. I can move to the left 1 space though, so that it's not all lined up with my brittles position. There we go. 5 damage to me. It's fine. It's only 3 to my shielding. It still leaves me with 3 shielding. And battery B. Oh my god, the barrage is going to be able to concuss 2 sections of the enemy here. Real pleased about that. And I fire a stun shot beforehand. And now the incoming damage is basically nothing. In fact, I'll even lunge across and only lose my temporary. I'm gonna go 1 further to the left as well for a mage hand against the enemy here. And sure, block evolution is still relevant here as well, keeping full shielding by the end of this turn. Block evolution is ridiculous in this position. Definitely payback time. And I'll accept the 2 extra damage from not moving 1 space to the left here. Medusa Field to change all of their missiles. Thank you, as well as gain some shielding. Let's go for a stun shot into a multi-shot, chip shot, and then finally barrage my way across. All the way back up to 3 shards by the end of that turn as well. Incoming damage this turn is 3. Let's add the wave beam to hand and block evolution as well. Send out the wave beam and damage is going. Payback is doing some. Incoming damage this turn would be 7. How do we feel about 7? You know what? I'm gonna take it, just so that I can hit the enemy back 3 times. And we'll use a Barrage A to very simply finish this fight off. Oh, no, they had temp armor. Never mind, I'm gonna have to use 2 more shots, incrementing the Darker Drum another 2 times for parry. Did Perfect Specimen B have to be upgraded already? Honestly, Weaken Hull is probably pretty sick for us. If I can line up with an enemy and weaken their hull, then they're a lot of the time going to be... yeah, but I can't move that much. It's whether or not I can get that to enhance the damage that Payback is giving us. Perfect Specimen's already upgraded to its B version, so it'll heal us every fight for 2, which is... it's good. And it gives me the ability to focus a little less on shielding, like, immediately. It's probably the right play. Prototype for 22, permanently gain +1 max shield on pickup, gain 1 shield at the start of every turn. If the shield was already full, however, take 2 hull damage. Glass Cannon. Your ship's cannons become weak at the start of combat, but you gain an extra energy every turn. The difficulty here is Prototype 22 obviously has a lot of synergy with the deck, but Glass Cannon would give me the ability to play more block, as well as play Payback for a 4 cost, and in doing so, would represent a lot more defense for the deck as well. I'm taking Glass Cannon because I really want to increase the damage that Payback puts out there by upgrading it to its B form, which costs 4 but does 2 damage attack back to the enemy. Seems the best way for this very, very defensive deck to get damage out there. I would love just 1 more copy in the deck of Block Evolution. That's all I need. That's all I need. Ever. Drop a Shard Pack. Unpolished Crystal. And I'll lunge out of the way. There we go. Got a bunch of extra shards into the draw. I'll use the Crystal Shard first, just to see if I draw anything that dictates the way in which I want to play this turn. I don't. Incoming damage this turn is 6. Not bad. Hit him with the Blayback. 1 basic block, and I will move a space over, saving them from a damage, but also saving me from losing a lot more armor. Enemy is looking to gain a buff this round on this field. How dare they? I will prevent that from happening. And then I'm kind of just going to move out of the way as well. no buffs for you. Incoming to turn would be 7. I'll let that happen. Yeah, largely because I just feel like I have the ability to make up for that very easily. Shard back A, and Shield Surge almost immediately get me back to full shield. Medusa Field makes sure that it goes all the way, and we pull another Wave Beam out. Incoming damage this turn is 8, 9, because they're lined up with a weak position for us. The barrage. Still lined up with a weak position for us. But I can dodge further if I want, and I probably should this turn. I'll still be taking 4, but at least I won't be losing all of my shielding. Single stun shot saves us against most of the impact of the enemy's turn here. Ooh, with Block Evolution, I stand a reasonable chance of wanting to actually stand in front of this enemy the whole time. Yep. Oh no! The enemy gained temp armor before the rest of that happened. Alas. I can immediately finish them off afterwards as well. I thought they were going to die. Oh boy. Momentum. Gain 1 shield. +1 for each time this is being played this combat. Eventually, that's going to be an incredible card in this deck. There's also boost capacitors. Gain shield capacity and shield. I need additional capacity more than I need the ability to overfill the capacity I'm already overfilling a lot of the time. I'm going to take the boost capacitors. And then hit a question. Alright, an offering from another timeline. Drake, Riggs, or Max? Riggs, card draw. Draw shot B! Thanks, Riggs! Appreciate it. Alright, 2 crystal shards into the hand. Of course we hit payback. It's always gonna happen. Put a Wave Beam into hand, play that, and then the chip shot after as well. Boost capacitors. I can lunge entirely out of the way of the enemy's damage here. And absolutely should. Got the Medusa Field. We're gonna have such a great time when I have the payback out on the field and the enemy hits me with a big cannon. I just boo, 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 boo. For now, though, I still have to cowardize away. Definitely time for the barrage from here as well. Let's start moving across. Incoming to this turn is 6. I'm defended against 3. Oh boy, incoming this turn would be 14. That's a lot. I don't have as much movement as I was like. Oh no. I think I'm dead. I think I screwed up real hard. I can't move far enough away from this enemy. I would have had to probably lunge instead of using payback at all, but I saw payback and I was like, I can't win this fight if I don't play payback. Oh my god. What is that? Oh, God. I almost want to just let Perfect Specimen be my healing from now on out, but realistically, you can't tell me that it's not right to repair my hull right now. Holy crumbs. I was certain I was dead. 2 crystals into the draw pile. Incoming is 5 damage this turn, and I just can't do anything about it. Okay, I'm gonna move 1 to the left. Status applies a status if it hits. It makes one of our people missing, right? No, the wing makes us missing. Do I stun the enemy or do I shield surge? I'm gonna shield surge. Okay, it's just a single heat, that's fine. Happy to play just a bunch of things there, get them out of the hand. Gain 2 shields and 2 crystal shards. Gaining 1 of those gives me the ability to play Magi B. Perfect Specimen B is finally here in a great position as well. Love to see ya. I can't imagine a world where I don't want to play boost capacitors. I'm gonna line up with the enemy. Incoming damage this turn would be 9. That's fine. I'll use Shard Pack A, gaining some shield, and the shards. I use those shards in order to generate enough for block evolution, and then boost capacitors, and then Medusa Field. If I'm gonna overload on my heat anyway, I might as well ridiculously overload and do some damage. I'm gonna move 1 to the left, stun shot. And there's the rest of that overload. Oh no, the hull happened at the end of the turn, okay. That's fine, I'm still gonna do something similar this turn as well, because I don't think I win the War of Attrition if I don't. Got him! Another unpolished crystal, feint and lunge, don't need those. Overcharger. Every 4 turn, gain an overdrive. The fact is that that overdrive would enhance the damage of my payback. But the overclock generator would also help me pay for the payback. I'm gonna take the overcharge. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to play payback without really having to pay any downside for it. I don't want it to attack until the end of the turn, so I'm gonna just generate resources and wait. Two crystal shards into the draw pile, gain a crystal shard into the hand as well as heal, use that. Shield A. And I move one over to the left and fire a mage hand for some damage on the enemy, as well as lining myself up so my payback hits. Gain 2 shield. Sure. I like 2 gain shield. $11 incoming damage this turn so that I could get 3 shots on the enemy. That's so many. That's too many. I've got to move left once. Incoming damage this turn is now 9. I will still use a shard pack A. It did have the possibility of drawing us into Magic Battery, which it did, so props. Basic dodge for even more movement if I want it on a future turn, and I will want it on a future turn, so it's going a lot better than I could have expected. I'm gonna gain some damage on the enemy as well as 1 more temp armor. Incoming this turn is 12. Good thing I finally got Block Evolution in hand. Probably a better idea to use boost capacitors and mage hand here, rather than try and move over the other side of the enemy. That said, I am starting to get pretty worried. They're just getting more powerful all the time, and I'm kind of dirtling right now. Use Magi Battery B just for the draw. Can't move over, otherwise I expose my cockpit to even more damage. I'm gonna have to lunge. But I don't have the ability to survive that. Well done, Buried Relic. That deck did not have enough damage to survive. I was trying to use payback for all of it, but alas. That was going to require a little bit more payback on the board. Was really, really happy with the exploiting of Shard Enchanter and Shield Burst in particular with Block Evolution, and I hope to see that again on a future run. But for the moment, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Cobalt Core. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. We're gonna have to unlock the next ship next episode. Down below is rather YouTube recommendation for what it thinks you should watch and stream past the names of the people generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays, and above the thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.